Hi, hello there, and let's get straight to the point. What I wanna show you today is basically a thing I found in Remember Me. It's been a long time, and it's exactly at this point. So for one thing that I wanted to show is, because I don't think I can show it in any other video right now, is like at exactly this point there's a glitch you can do. I'll just show it and then you'll see. Oh, well, I failed miserably, obviously. That's the curse of the video. But let's try this again. Okay. I mean, you know, it is what it is. Okay, so I got it. It's basically this thing. I don't know. It seems to be very specific to like area specific, as in you can do that at any, like on all ledges, just on a couple, but I thought it was just interesting to mention or to show. So basically I replayed this game a while back, like a month ago or something, and found out that you can actually on this pole, on this specific type of ledge, you can actually do a special kind of airwalk, and I will show you that you can actually, when you do an airwalk, you can like stop it mid-air. Basically, I can try it again. You can basically, once you grab the ledge or grab this pole, anywhere in the animation that like starts after you let go of the ledge, you can still activate the airwalk. So you can even do it here, right? So that's what I figured out. I don't know, was pretty random discovery. There are not really many poles in the game that we even like see in New Game Plus, so I guess it just was never really an issue, or never really discovered back then. So then I thought, like, maybe, like, before this I was kind of looking around to see if I can find an improved version of the airwalk that we were already doing in this run, and I kinda, I don't know, did stuff here in this area. Kinda also tried to skip this fight, but didn't manage to. Anyway, so what I wanted to do originally was, I wanted to see, so I will just do this as we go. I will just walk to my destination basically, and you can kind of look at where I walk if you want to see how I do these things. I don't know, I kind of found my specific route already. So this would be the setup for something that doesn't work yet. Basically a skip that has no real use yet, because it can't be done without the use of commands, so sheet commands. But it's just a theoretical thing. So basically, what I wanted to do originally was to find a skip that's shorter than the original airwalk. And if you can see, there's actually there are actually multiple ways to stop an airwalk, to cancel an airwalk, so you can interact with the world again. And one of them is actually like getting damaged by fire. So what I tried to do originally was to get low enough to get damaged by exactly this fire here, and then see if that would save time. If I could come up with a way that that's fast enough to save time, and I didn't. But I found because this fire is so low, like right now I wouldn't actually get damaged by it. I have to get a lot lower. Because I had to get lower, I looked for a lot of basically spots where to lose height in this area. And if you can see, like, this is the area where the leaking brain is in episode 3. Basically the leaking brain fight, where you get the junk bolt and everything, and have to like stop the Leaper invasion from the sewers. So yeah, so I don't really have to explain the thing with the fire. It's just like it didn't work out. So but what it made me realize is that you can actually get low enough. I will like activate the coordinates now. You can get low enough to actually like get low enough as low as the leaking brain, which wasn't really done before. So when you get here originally, you will be way too high, but you can on this specific house you can I hope actually I didn't. Now that I'm thinking about it, I might have made my like own mistake that I so carefully tried to explain in the original pole airwalk video. But so maybe I won't lose height here. I don't know. Like maybe I maybe I went too far to the ledge, and now I won't lose height, and that would be basically I would have to redo everything. But when you originally go here, you can lose height on this house, and you just like walk around on the side of the house here, and then you will have lost enough height to lose even more height here behind the leaking brain. Oh, okay, I can lose height. That's good to know. So it's basically this spot is directly behind the the leaking brain sign that you can see here. You can just like walk around here, lose a little bit of height. Every time I lose height, you will see that the third coordinate on the top left that right now says 387.39, it will go down, and it will actually go in like lower than 0. It can go lower than 0, and it will in a bit. So basically now you can lose even more height. I think around this area. Let's see. Yeah, basically just run around a little bit until you kind of get to here. And then if you are low enough to basically be lower than this red line here, the first red line, then you're kind of good to go. You can then go all the way here. If you can see
again. Rack 'em up, Tommy.
yeah. So if you can see, like, there's a lot of collision here. So you actually have to go through this, like through this sign and everything, or like right side of it. So basically what you want to do here is you're on a quest to lose even more height. Okay? So you actually want to have enough height to get to the end of this level. So you can lose even more height on this door. This is the door that you get, like, from the other side. It's the entrance to this area. So basically you only want to lose enough height to go over these basically, I don't know, these ledges or whatever, these railings. So you can lose even more height on the right side of this, like the wall that I'm facing right now. But you don't want to lose too much, or you will get stuck on this railing, the thing that you see like down there where the orange arrow is pointing right now. So basically you just want to have enough. Like you just want to be low enough. And then you go over here and you can lose even more height on the ship. I think it's a ship, I don't know. No, maybe it's just a trailer, I don't know. It kind of looks like a ship though. So like a submarine or something. Or maybe just a regular ship, I don't know. So after you've done that, you're low enough to... Oh, and if you're wondering, you actually can't interact with the leaking brain. It's like Tommy Headache isn't actually loaded or anything. Anyway, so when you went lower than basically below the ship, you want to go here and kind of just run through the void. And if you look in the distance, you might see a familiar friend. Actually, like, I don't know, maybe the only thing that actually is kind to you in this game. So this is a thing. We don't need this checkpoint actually, that was kind of by mistake. Anyway, you just want to go the regular route. This is basically where the second airwalk ends. About here, you will see it goes kind of green. And then we're here. This is the end area with the Zorn fight. So now we're actually too high to grab this checkpoint down there. You need like about... Right now we're at minus 915, we need minus 1200. So I just like try to find even more spots to lose height on. So one is definitely here. You can run around a lot here and then basically at one point you're just good to go, and yeah. So we're at 1116 right now. There are other spots here to lose even more height, I think. Maybe around here. Yeah, like you see, it goes even further down. We're actually at our final height now that we need. Then we can go on this, like there's collision all over this place, but right here, on the right side of this rock or whatever, this stone, it's actually no collision, so you can walk through there. You want to walk back in though, because once again there's a lot of collision here, so the only way to get into this area, like you wouldn't be able to go go here normally. I cannot. I can't shot anymore. Or I can. No, like like you can see, like you can actually walk here. But we get the checkpoint and actually can load it. Damn. So now we're here, and you would think, okay, damn, that's nice. Like we skipped the whole sewers area, the whole leaking whole leaking brain fight. Okay, getting my usual like speaking farts, English speaking farts again. You would think, like, this is incredible. Like we actually skipped a lot of stuff. Like maybe another, like, I don't know. I mean, at least I would think 5 minutes of content maybe. That's pretty good. So let me just try to get this shit. And I didn't get it at all. But we can save. We can save this. So let's just do this the usual way. I hope this isn't loud and too loud again. Like, for some reason the runs of Remember Me are notorious for like
another 97 falls and you'll be there.
all kind of technical problems. I don't know. World Rocket is just laggy as shit right now. So anyway, let's just, I don't know, unlock the camera. And then we're here. Like, let's just use the normal way. Actually kind of practice this so I don't get slowed down
That's
by the
it,
mines a million times.
Don't let go of me now.
Okay, so we're here. So now I have to think, is there anything I want to show you before I start this fight? Actually, there's one thing. I don't know, I can't really show you it, but I'll just tell you what I found. So basically, as you can see, these remembranes are still active. This has nothing to do with what I'm about to show you or with the skip, but actually what for some reason, like I tried to toy around with this remembrance if they had any effect on the upcoming fight, if you would interact with this before actually starting the fight. And actually, there is something. Basically, if you grab this, if you start this remembrane and then run to the fight, it locks Nilin in place, so you can't move anymore. But only if you're out of battle. So if you would actually kill the Zorn with the remembrane active, and it's active the entire fight and after the fight as well, you can't move anymore, and then you have to restart the checkpoint, which is kind of interesting. And there's actually one more thing. The first time that I did this, it kind of made, if you can see here the remembrane, at the beginning it goes really bright, and at the end it also goes very bright, right? So for some reason the first time that I toyed around with this, I managed to get it to stay really bright. Like everything was really bright in the fight, like you couldn't see anything. The entire environment was basically white, except for Nilin, and like the immediate ground that Nilin was surrounded with. And I noticed that in the Zorn fight you actually couldn't the animations that the Zorn did after the phases, basically if you damage him a little bit and then rip his arm off or whatever, like these little clips, these little movie clips, cutscenes that play, right? Where it shows the Zorn, getting, I don't know, getting damaged or whatever, and like standing up or whatever. I don't know. Like there are little cutscenes in the fight that make the fight a little bit slower. But when you actually get the glitch, it's some kind of bright. It basically is a bright fight, and if you can trigger this bright fight, you can. All of these cutscenes are not played for some reason, and you can actually walk around. Like usually you are stuck in position. You're stuck in your position. But this time you can actually walk around. And unfortunately the hitboxes are not there. Like you can't damage the Zorn while this is going on. So unfortunately I don't think it has a use, but it was really flashy and cool. I don't know. And you can actually see the Zorn, so it was kind of like I was playing a new boss. So, I don't know. Kind of just rambling on at this point, but getting back to the original skip. So, basically, let me just show you what happens. Oh, actually, it actually did it right now. So, wow, that was amazing, okay? And I actually couldn't replicate this. This is exciting now. So as you can see, this is actually cool. I didn't think that this would happen, dude. This is cool. Okay. Well, this is maybe a little bit stupid because now I would try to get to the point that I want to get to, but at the end you will find that, well, I just try it and let's see what happens. Yeah, like this is actually a much harder fight now. And actually it's kind of like thundering basically. Like it makes this fight a lot cooler because every time you hit the spammer, it goes back to original brightness. It's kind of exciting, not gonna lie. But I noticed that this time, for some reason, the cutscenes are playing. So it must have something to do... Like, I remember the time that I did it. This might actually be loud, wait. So... I know I'm rambling a lot, but I just wanna, like, get this out without having to, like, scream over the video. I'm not sure how good the volume like comparison is between the basically me and the game. So what I wanted to say is, for me actually, all these little cutscenes that play in the fight when played, and I think it's because for me, like in the top left corner where all the debug stuff is right now, it actually sets the Remembrane info. So it said Johnny Greenteeth 7 years ago, whatever you see when you start a Remembrane. So actually that might be crucial to have these little cutscenes skipped. I don't know if that's actually useful for anything, but it's just something I found. So as you can see, now it does this thing. But the thing is, like, this is the last the last hit that you have to do on the Zorn, right? But because, and here comes the stupid part, because we have just skipped the leaking brain fight and the sewers, specifically the leaking brain fight, we actually don't have the junk bolt in our, like, arsenal. So we actually can't beat this boss anymore, which when I figured it out, it was kinda... I actually figured it out before I attempted, like before I fully got the whole skip. I actually thought, oh shit, like, okay, so even if we get here, it's kinda useless, but I mean, I still wanted to try it out just to see what happens. If, like, you could beat him anyway for some reason, I don't know. But I couldn't, so it's basically the same thing that happened now. So, and then and then I don't know, I kinda not gave up, but I thought about ways to actually make this happen. Make the skip possible, and there's only, like, one way that I can think of, and that's there was this really obscure cutscene, not cutscene, like this video that I've seen like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, that actually showed someone skipping a fight in episode 7. And it was kind of like a boss enemy was put into out of bounds, like into these gray areas that we just seen, where you can basically walk everywhere and skip everything. Basically where you airwalk in. And 2 enemies were basically pushing this or attacking this enemy, this boss enemy, and put him into out of bounds for like a moment, and the entire fight was skipped. So that's basically the only thing that I thought would maybe make this possible if we could somehow put the Zorn into out of bounds. Let me just see real quick. Kind of want to see if I can put the music down for a sec. Should be enough, hopefully. Maybe a little bit more. Okay. So, actually I don't want to have it too far down because there's still something cool about this. So, let's actually reload for a sec. As you can see, the the fight is normal now because the remembrane isn't active anymore. So basically I thought, okay, let's just like run around and then see if, like, basically do this. I'll show you really quick. Basically damage him enough.
Where's your backup?
So he jumps. And every time he jumps, he kinda gets more and more, like I thought maybe, okay, maybe like every time he jumps, he gets clipped more and more into the out of bounds environment. So at some point you might be able to skip the fight, and then because you pushed the enemy out of bounds, and the game registers that as like victory, basically. Nothing more than victory. So, but that didn't work. At least I haven't found a way really to do it right now. There might be one, or there might be other ways, I don't know. At least at this point of the video, like on this date of the on the date this video was uploaded, I haven't found a way to do it, and other people haven't either. So then I thought, like, just theoretically, basically, if just thinking about possibilities. So if I can get the Zorn into out of bounds, maybe we can bring the out of bounds to the Zorn. Okay? If that makes sense, I don't know. So I kind of feel like this is I just kind of feel reminded of the barrier skip of Zelda, I don't know. It's basically almost the same thing. Because I will show you what I can actually do to skip this fight, okay? But because I can only use sheets right now, it's not actually anything that you can do in a run right now. But just because it's the only way I found for now, and I just wanted to find out if this works, because it kinda, I don't know, it would basically support my theory. So basically we want to get the Zorn out of bounds right now. So what to do? Okay. As you can see, you can like kinda trigger out of bounds here. Actually didn't want to do that, but this is also fine. So as you can see, we've skipped the fight. Okay. Okay. So that was it. Basically, if we can find a way to get out of bounds, we can get the out of bounds to the Zorn, right? And if he goes out of bounds, we win the fight. So if we go out of bounds, we win the fight, basically. So just to I don't have to show it right now, but I don't have to show it right now, but in episode 4 now, that we triggered episode 4 basically, now that we finished episode 3, in episode 4 I just real quickly wanted to see if we actually have the junk boat now, because it would be useful to have it later, right? So I just went to a fight and yeah, we have it. So if we find a way to go out of bounds in that fight, we win. And we actually skip we even skip the Zorn fight, so it would be like a, I don't know, 7-minute improvement maybe? Another 7 minutes, which would be cool. I will actually put another clip on this clip. I know it's been like very long, but I just wanted to have the entire explanation for this out there. So I don't know, maybe other people can improve on this or actually make it possible, and don't have to try it for themselves like I did. Like I was actually working on this skip for about 3 hours or something in total, or maybe 2.5. So yeah, so other people don't have to do this. I just make this as in-depth as possible, so this video is probably way too long. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and it's been a very long time, but yeah, and here come the words. Remember you soon.